Now we're live, everybody. Thank you, guys. This is Crisis 169. This chair here going. Crisis 169, guys, coming to you live with the power of Spectrum Internet when it actually wants to work. Last Wednesday, I did it because I had a maintenance thing going on and they canceled. And they did it for an hour, but I was already halfway done with it. And I'm going to go ahead and do it. I already did what I need to talk about. So the video cut off in the middle of talking is because my internet finally crapped out, but it was because of the maintenance Spectrum. Good old Spectrum. They can't send me, hey, we're doing maintenance on Wednesday. They didn't do it last month because they get holidays and all. They want people pitchforking and flames going coming after them. But anyway, though, not enough pitchforks and flames. Today's topic video is a little discussion here. Before I get into the topic of the video, I'm gonna discuss an elephant in the room. No, my channel is not closing down. Some people have messaged me on Messenger. Some people have talked to me in chat during the last couple of months, during during live streams. No, my channel ain't going anywhere. If my channel closes down, if I decide to hang it up and do like a hang up, I'm hang it up and I'm done. I would do a spectacular hang up. I'll do a giveaway or whatever. Something I can do for you guys. Help me show my love and respect to you guys. Gift cards or whatever. If I decide to do that. If I decide, hey, I become I won like $1 billion lotto. Water. You always need water, right? If I won like $1 billion lotto and I don't have to work anymore, I would probably do this full time every day. I'll probably travel to CES and places like that, Comic Con, do like live video streams or whatever if I can, or uploads, and just do stuff like that and do stuff, interview people, you know, like that. That's what I know. That's what I know. That's what I would do if I had money, that kind of stuff. Would just go out and travel. Be kind of cool and stuff. But outside of that, outside of me doing that, I'm not doing that. I thought about doing that sometimes. Comic Con local comes to town, but I'm always working when it comes around. And I need, and I can do that and do uploads or whatever. A Comic Con if I can get to one, I might do that. But that's something future. So my channel's not closing down. I am bringing back the weekend news, but I want to do it probably do more like a monthly or quarterly weekend news, where once a month I'll take a couple topics that may have discussed, may not discuss, cram them together and do like like a monthly review of the month. Like this month's review of January for February, March for February, April for March. Kind of go over the bullet points of what I covered. Now I may even go over my accounts, my new subscriber list. And there's something different. Come on here and talking about GameStop and PC gaming and RAM issues, and that's cool and all. But in my subscriber base, I love you all. You're all very great people, great gamers, and I love all of you guys. My channel's not growing as fast as I think it should. Now, granted, I don't have intros. I don't have sponsors like Jay's Two Cents and Hey Steve and Gamers Nexus and I don't have those things. And I don't stay home and do this full time. So me personally, I'm not griping or mad, and I'm not at 500 or 1,000. But I would like to have been by that point in time. But I know it's all about drive and passion. You put in what you get out of it. And I've been working hard. I bought a house when I was 25, paid it off when I was 35. I didn't have a lot of time to go do YouTube stuff back then. So no, my channel ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna do probably like a monthly review, where I go over topics for that month. Like say today is, you know, January. It's February 1st, so it's January. In the January month. Like that. And so under that though, getting topic now. GameStop, I found out fiscal year ends on the end of January. So literally, there's 2 more weeks away in 2025 for for GameStop because I know my company fiscal year ends February 1st, the Saturday. Sorry, guys. It's past my bedtime. Um, so it's February 1st. My company starts the new fiscal year, as well as GameStop. So GameStop 2025 fourth quarter ends, I do believe, on the 30th of January and 31st of January and restarts on the 1st because, a lot of quarters end in February. People might ask, well, why doesn't it end in January 1st, New Year's? It's because, a lot of businesses, and I found this out by taking business classes in college, that, a lot of businesses will, they prorate their thing by the quarter. So you have, each 3 months is a quarter. So every 3 months is a quarter. So you have January, February, March. You have February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So you have first quarters February, March, and April. June, July, August is the third one. August, September, October, November is for fourth one, and then it goes in the fourth, and the fourth one October, and it goes to around December, January. It could have been convoluted somewhat, but that's kind of how it goes. And I'm not a business analyst at all, but if it went month to month, it'd be month 1 month, 1 month would be 4 months. So GameStop is doing the business portfolio of fourth quarter ends in January. So they're still in 2025 right now, even though we're in 2026. Technically, the portfolio, their books show 2025 fiscal year. And I want to be a fly on the wall to find out, and I will do a broadcast about their fiscal numbers for Black Friday. And I guarantee you, they were probably dog water. Okay, dog water, because there's no way you can tell me. And in the company and CEO Colin, who his name is Colin, who his name, who cares? And is a multi-billionaire who owns two companies or CEO of two companies, and wants GameStop stock to go low so he can sell, or stores to go low, look profitable so they can sell it to somebody else. And that's why they're shutting down stores, but also rent too. My Madison Street GameStop across Tennessee here shut down because of rent prices went up. It was so fast that the sign company that came down took the sign down even before employees have left the building. They're still, they're still tearing stuff down and getting stuff out of there, shipping out to other stores. The products to other stores. Sign company has already come down there and drew an outline for another store coming in. I understand business, but damn, cold blooded. Talk about that shit there, right? So I mean, GameStop is a company like any other company. But like I said though, people ask me in Messenger. Today they asked me. One guy asked me. I have it up right here. It says, "Okay, I'm gonna here. Sorry, guys. Here it goes. It says right here. It says, do you think? No, I'm not gonna name the person's name, but do you think if GameStop listened to the analyst 15 years ago, would they be in the same situation they're in right now?" And to say yes or no to that's kind of silly. Um, but here's my response to that. 'Cause I know the person watching my video and is subscribed to my channel. So thank you guys for the responses. My full name is my Facebook. You find me on there. Please send me a message on there and stuff. I'll read them and I'll give you guys a reply. If GameStop 15 years ago changed their portfolio or changed their direction, could they have pretty much, averted this? Short answer is no. No matter what a GameStop done, could not change their trajectory. Because GameStop sells, wait for it. GameStop sells, wait for it. What's up, boxing? GameStop sells what? Games. Their biggest portfolio was used games. And I've gone 1,000 times. We all did. Rich, everybody did this 1,000 times. You go to GameStop, you buy a brand new game. You take it in, they give you $5 for it. Saw those commercials where $5, and then the person tears the store up, throws the mannequin through the window. And don't go to games. I go to GameFly, and that's what GameFly always did to show that you only $5 for this game. You got that there too. Uh, yeah, yeah. But I don't think GameStop. And here's my biggest thing. And I got a message from somebody on my thing on my Facebook. No, on who's a sub asking me, if GameStop changed their trajectory 15 years ago, could they still be, a very profitable business and not closing down stores? And my short answer is no, because analysts, and any analyst will tell you, who has two working brain cells, tell you that if you have a niche, if you have a niche audience, and once again, I'm gonna go on a parallel again. I'm a huge wrestling fan, always have been. The new stuff I don't really watch, I don't care for it. Old stuff I love watching. Old FW, but the ECW, the old school stuff. That stuff was hardcore, but it was all scripted. I mean, we all know wrestling is scripted and that kind of stuff there. Okay, but it was so off kilter, so edgy, an energy sports drink. It's a monster drink. It's energy. It's extreme, right? And so everybody was extreme bag of chips, extreme soda, extreme wrestling. Uh, and what caused ECW to fall apart? Simple. They didn't change the times. They kept doing the same format every time. Eventually, when the other two big companies, World Championship Wrestling and WWF, started doing it, they looked like the redheaded stepchild, or the redheaded stepchild of the group. Even though they started the hardcore revolution, they were looking like the afterthought, the byproduct, the trying to hang on to or gravitate towards something that was hot, even though they started it. GameStop is the same way. GameStop's the company. Well, I sell used games. I sell games. Walmart's like, I sell games too. Best Buy, I sell games too. Well, I sell used games. Okay, well, I'm Walmart. We have bikes and groceries and Tire Lube Express and rifles and everything else. Well, I'm Best Buy, and we sell vacuum cleaners and gaming PCs and regular desktops, TVs, DVD players, blah 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 appliances. Well, I'm GameStop. I sell used games and backpacks. You mentioned used games. Well, I sell backpacks and Funko Land stuff. Okay, Walmart, we sell that too. It's in the electronics area or toy area. Best Buy, well, we can get that too. Boom. They get Funko Land too. Some Best Buys have Funko Land. Some Walmart have Funko Land too, or Funko stuff. Once again, GameStop looks like they're trying to catch a trend, even though they started it with GameStop. If you go to Walmart's will have Funko Land stuff. Will have all that other stuff. Why? Because these companies are innovating. They see games that do something. Okay, profitable. We'll try it here. Now you ain't gonna find book packs in Best Buy. Maybe business ones, business suit ones, business guys, whatever, women, but you're not gonna find it stuff. I found a backpack being sold at a Office Depot. Just backpacks, random backpack being sold at Office Depot. So no longer you can go to Walmart and buy a backpack, but you go to Walmart and buy backpacks. Why? Because they're the king of what backpacks. You ain't gonna go to a GameStop to buy a backpack where you can go to Walmart and buy one that's cheaper. Yeah, you gonna have all the cool, X-Men whatever nonsense on there. I mean, it will for the kids. But if you want a backpack, you go to Walmart. You want a game, you go to Steam or PlayStation Store or Xbox Marketplace. GameStop is finding itself, being the ECW of its own niche. It's no longer viable. It's no longer cool, hip, backwards cap, tongue sticking out, piercing, middle fingers in the air, riding a skateboard. It's no longer that. It's that 40-year-old. GameStop is that 40-year-old father trying to tell his kids how cool he was when he was 13, 14 years old, and falls on the skateboard and busts his ass and embarrass his kids in front of their friends. That's what GameStop is now. They're the, you know, want to be cool kids that are pointed and laughed at because they're no longer relevant. And GameStop relevancy, they're on the island. They're on the island of irrelevance or irrelevancy with Toys R Us and Circuit City and the rest of them that are extinct. GameStop is setting sail to that island because they're no longer relevant. And if they changed their way 15 years ago, they might have had a shot, maybe. Yeah, yeah, very true. And that's something that people need to understand now is that GameStop themselves put themselves in a situation. Yeah, they're closing 400 stores in late fourth quarter. This is late fourth quarter, guys. We're still in 2025, under the business planograms. At my job, 2026 doesn't start until February 1st, first quarter, quarter one. So when people say that, they all make it doesn't make no sense. It does make sense. And I've been in business for a long time, right? I know I ran a business, so I understand, the business lingo to a certain degree. But when it comes to GameStop, they put themselves in a situation. We didn't not buy enough games. We did not give them enough trade in. It wasn't about that. I had people on Messenger defending GameStop practices. Like they have stock in the game. Like I said, if you ain't got stock in the game, you shut the hell up. If you're working for GameStop and you're still pledged allegiance to GameStop every morning, you're a damn fool. Okay, they will pick you out the door as fast as they can and put a going out, closing the store sign as fast as you can go home. No, no, as fast as that you can, no, 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 as fast as you can burp and fart at the same time. No, they don't give a damn. They care less. I just made it up in my head there. It just popped in my head there. And that's why people don't understand why GameStop does the thing that GameStop does. I think GameStop does the thing GameStop does because GameStop's trying to grab straws. But Colin, whoever the CEO is trying to make GameStop profitable as possible to revamp them, but also to sell them off. See, he has close. CEO has a close over $1 billion plus. So the shock, and the shareholders don't care. They're taking golden parachutes floating away. The people that are losing their jobs in these stores, they're not being transferred or given a sevens package, like D, store manager from the store that's closing down, closed down. He's given a 2 month sevens package as store leader and going back as a game advisor. In 2 months, he's being dropped down by 4 or 5 rungs from a profitable store in Clarkston, Tennessee, Madison Street, over by a Walmart and on the shopping area. It's a very high profitable store. But yet they're being shut down because rent goes up. See, guys, the corporations find any excuse they can to get rid of you, or can get rid of anything they can. They don't care how much loyal you can. Yeah, I can go pledge allegiance to my company all I want every morning. They go, Mark, the door's right there. They get your fat ass to stepping, and out the door I go, and they care less. Why? Because when it comes to business, it ain't personal. It's just business. That's why I tell people, do not pledge allegiance to your company every morning and drink the juice, the Kool-Aid, and what do you want to insert here. Don't drink that stuff. And well, my company loves me and they give me a raise and they show. No, I'm not saying go work and be lazy and just disappear and be like disappear. No, do your job, get paid, have a smile, go home, rinse and repeat. Don't sit there and act like oh my gosh, they're getting no. I don't do that at work. I'm bubbly only around certain people, but everybody else I'm just stone cold face. I do my job and I get my work done and I go home. 3 days a week, 4 days off. That's what I do. Well, when I leave my job, I come home. I'm playing Battlefield. I'm doing this. I'm not worrying about work because I don't care. Yes, I make good money and help me pay my house off. but I don't live my life like that. And these people, GameStop employees, are finding that out really hard. And a lot of companies do this too all the time. Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, Sam's Club, and they have Walmart stores you could fit almost a stadium in that are abandoned because Walmart like, we're done. All subsidies that these companies, these cities give this, conglomerate, and they just disappear in the darkness. They're like a fart in the wind. They disappear. They got a big ass building to sit in there they can't use that no one can. Why a lot of people don't. You should not have loyalty to these companies. But I'm not saying you don't that you go in there and just curse and scream or fight. No, 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 don't do that. You get fired and arrested. Don't do that. But I'm saying you go in there and do your job and go home. GameStop is pretty much the dollar store equivalent of the low income gaming empire. They are the dollar store of their realm. Dollar store still doesn't pay good people employees good money. GameStop is still giving them damn pigeon feed. So I call GameStop the dollar store of their industry. People at Walmart making more money. Oh, we are farts in the wind. I love it. But there's cart pushers at Walmart making more money as probably assistant manager at a GameStop. Pushing a cart. They're boxing, pushing a cart, and be making more money. Who knows, right? And I mean, just one of those things. So, but this is my last time talking about GameStop until they finally get the fiscal numbers out for 2025, Black Friday. I'll cover that and know as much as I can find. But until then, let's move on to the next topic here. RAM's still costly, not just for PC gaming, but all gaming from now on. And I made this comment, guys, because I need to understand. You guys understand one thing: PC gaming is console gaming. Console gaming is PC gaming. And before people say that the Four Horsemen Apocalypse are saddling up and riding off to start the Armageddon here, no, I'm not saying that console gaming and PC gaming are the same. No, what I'm saying is, where do you think console gaming, gets RAM from? Magical console game RAM fairy? Where do you think the PC gaming, you know, get compact cases from? The Magic Compact case fairies. These console manufacturers have given a lot of PC case manufacturers a lot of good ideas, making smaller PCs. Now, practically a hybrid type of thing. Gaming rigs were usually big, huge, bulky ass things. My sister's gaming rig before she updated it and got a better one was humongous. She has a Corsair 350 millimeter fan like I do, but has four of the damn things. I have only three. Her thing was so damn huge, it needed a damn cart to be put on the damn thing to move it around the damn room. I think it was heavy, and she changed up to and she built a different one that's actually no, a little smaller than mine. Mine's a mid tower. Her was like a high tower. I call it like a super destroyer. Like a damn, like a damn star destroyer. Damn PC gaming. It's like shoot out like a Death Star, shoot a laser at you or something. Then it was freaking huge. Light came on, started glowing and going like, yeah, that's a Death Star, all right. But it's just one of those things though that you have to understand that the case manufacturers realize we make cheaper cases, make them better. RAM manufacturer, well, we can make low price, low. We have to start making low profile RAM to fit in those cases. Graphics card. You know what? We can make smaller graphics cards, like 5060 Ti 16 gig, have a smaller low profile. 3070s have one. You can find almost any graphics card you want in a lower profile to fit in low small cases. 5090, 3090s, 4090s, probably not. But the problem I'm trying to say, guys, both of them, used each other's ideas to make stuff better. I'm not saying they're the same. They're not. But the RAM shortage is going to affect everything. Why do you think the consoles have been pushed back to 2027? Because the sales of Xboxes are really getting started? No, it's because the RAM shortages are just dismal. And PS5 launched, so the only thing off shelves are Switches too. And even Nintendo is telling people to slow down because they can't, manufacture enough Switches 2 right now. Folks, it's not just a PC problem. And like, oh, it's a PC problem. People on comment section on other videos and also Messenger and also on Facebook, oh, it's PC problem, PC problem. And I made the comment I made a comment on Facebook. And like, where do you think your RAM comes from there, Sony Pony or the Xbot? Where do you think your stuff comes from? The magical fairy space, fairyland, RAM fairyland place? He flies around, and sprinkles damn fairy dust, and the rams appear out of thin air. No, they come to manufacturers, same ones that are getting stuff their RAM to AI, where PC gamers can't finish their builds or get new builds or upgrade. It's not about just one niche. It's everything. There's RAM. There's RAM, guys, in your cell phones. There's RAM in your tablets. There's RAM, in your the processing RAM in your iPods and iPads. There's probably RAM in some of you guys' new vehicles out there. There's RAM in your cable modems. There are RAMs, RAM, in your router. Not, I don't think it's router or RAM, but not really RAM. Maybe not RAM in your routers. Dodge RAM, yeah. Dodge RAM. There you go. Well, hopefully, no. They want Dodge Rams, they can have them. Of course, they'll be broke down on the side of the road in about 70,000 miles. That's a joke. Anyway, though, but it's a joke. But anyway, though, but the RAM is the RAM. There's RAM with anywhere. Probably not in routers and modems, but a lot of computer stuff. TVs might have them. A lot of stuff has this stuff. Like I said, newer vehicles. I mean, a lot of stuff has RAM nowadays. We're about the silicone, the chip shortage. The RAM shortage can shut down a lot more because yes, you can get a chip to do something, but without RAM to actually communicate, you know, you're going back 100 years practically. There's those cash machines, newer ones that have RAM, have processors and stuff in them that require even small bits of RAM. I mean, it's just I may not get that that finicky, but we have to understand, guys, RAM is used a lot. And yes, GameStop's going on pretty much going down a toilet, and RAM issues are going bad. But God bless us. We live in a time and day, a time and place where we can go to the store and buy a RAM for $900, go to the bank and get a loan. We buying. I'm buying some RAM. Buy some RAM. I bought the RAM today. I got the oh no, I'll go to a no, go to a cash place, like checking the cash or whatever, or place like that, and get a get a one time loan for RAM sticks. Can you imagine that? That'd be a conversation I want to have with nobody. What are you getting money for? Like, buy some RAM. You know, what you buying? Oh, getting your cousin out of jail? Yeah, I'm getting some RAM. I'm sorry, guys, I made that shit up in my head. But I mean, it's just it's been a long ass week and a long ass thing. I'm getting close to my mother's passing next month. So I gotta stay positively, and I'll probably make a video. May not make a video for a week or so, but I hate to end on a bad news there like that. But the RAM issues, guys, are not going to go away anytime soon. I think. Yes, the AI bubble burst. Yes, it's cool, haha, yay, rave. But AI and everything now. Chat BT, our phones, our computers. They're trying to put new chat and the new AI stuff in gaming now. And what about the gaming world? Where the AI goes away, or the bubble burst? What then? I mean, a lot more guys than just worrying about some weirdo who wants to make love to a sex robot and needs AI, whatever interface to communicate with it. Man, if you gotta make some, you have sex, you have sex with refrigerators, something's wrong with you. But that's just me. I mean, that just looks like, it feels like to me, it's just weird. And I don't judge people for what they do, but man, damn, that's weird. I know, like you're like, what the hell is Mark talking about? And I go on rants, guys. Sorry, but the point is, guys, RAM is everywhere. RAM's all over the place. RAM prices are outrageous. 700, 800, $1,000 for RAM. I have DDR4 RAM. I have 4 sticks of 8 GB of RAM. I have 2 sticks of 3600 hertz. Same 3600 hertz in my computer here. J2 Cents has a gold mine. I love that. You get right into a fridge. No, but it just seems like when those sex bots, how the AI is now, they're putting AI, artificial intelligence, in these robots now. And it's like I can only imagine doing that stuff with a robot. It's almost like I'm trying to have sex with a refrigerator. It's weird to me. Like RoboCop 2, when RoboCop was talking to the kids about he's turning off the water and the waste makes haste and stuff like that, and he's like, two in the bush, and the kid's like, uh, uh, um go fucking refrigerate. It just brought back to that. It's like AI, and I'm like, it's so weird. A friend of mine talking about that. We're at lunch at work a couple weeks ago talking about that. Man, that's so weird. AI crap. But yeah, guys. I mean, hate to go on a tangent like that and use a lot of family, but I mean, just how this thing is going on. The J2 Cents and Steve, a lot of these guys are just getting pissed off because it really pissed people off. The AI, the RAM stuff, they can crank up the RAM. It's not like, they don't have the RAM components or materials. They have them. They just don't want to inundate us with too much options because, oh my God, we have too much options. You guys can go out there and buy your RAM for crying out loud and get your upgrades or your PC builds done. They're afraid that the AI bubble will burst and all this RAM will sit out in the market and nobody will be able to buy. Oh my God, we can't sell it all. I mean, I don't know. No, I don't get it. I don't understand the situation at hand. The AM4, a DDR4, the Intel boards that support DDR4 and 5 are selling pretty good. I did a little research on those, and they're selling about they're increased about almost 20% increase in sales. People are literally cluing into the fact I can go buy this and DDR4 for a while, then go to DDR5 when I get a chance. And that means yes, they got to get like a DDR4 type of chip or whatever, 5600, 5800. That's why Ryzen think about bringing back 5800X. No word on the X3D though coming back. It'd be sweet if it did. That'd be sweet because that'd be finally I got some damn relevance again. Because I have 5800X 3D in my rig right now, and I love the damn thing to death. It's a powerhouse of the gaming processor. That's all it is. The X3D 5800 X3D is a gaming processor. No, it's not made for anything else but gaming. That's why I love the damn thing. Any game I throw at it, the processor runs good. The 3070 was struggling. That's why I got a 5060 Ti 16 gig overclocked. I'm kind of rambling now. So, but really, guys, going forward, I would highly rank you guys if you're looking about getting PC gaming. A pre-built ain't bad. If you get a Costco around, Sam's Club around, if you can find a decent one, pre-built that has 2 sticks of RAM, not one, obviously. But a lot of companies now are gonna be going 1 stick of RAM because RAM costs money, right? So if you don't mind selling a kidney or taking out a loan at a bank, you can get the more RAM. But right now, if you have DDR4, you upgrade DDR4 a little higher, do so. But I would stay where you're at right now. Stay where you're at right now. If you got 5600X non 3D, 5700X 3D or whatever, stay at DDR AM4. If you're brand new to the thing, like I said, I'm gonna say again, if you're brand new to the game, you're watching my channel, do not go AM4 unless they re-release 5800X and 5800X 3Ds. Then means new life is coming. But even then, I still because I got 5800X 3D myself, but I had it for almost 5 years. So me personally, it's ran its time for me, but it's still good. I would go to Intel, even though I don't trust their 14, 13 series. I get 12 series, 12700 or whatever, and get DDR4 RAM as much as you can find. If you can find 16 gigabyte, 32 would be preferred because of gaming requiring more. But if you only get 16, it's fine. If you want DDR5, you're going to have to have it. That's fine. If you can get 16, that's great. But once again, 32 is going to cost more money. DDR4, you can probably get more. 32, maybe 64 if you play your cards right. Try to get new if you can because you kind of know. But RAM doesn't really have any issue. But I would go that route. Get a motherboard from a Intel that supports DDR4 and DDR5. I say that once I said before, I say every time. I'm gonna keep saying it until this RAM crisis goes away or slows down where it starts getting back plentiful RAM again. Is because you want to be ready to switch over. And I do believe the Intel processors, I think 12 to 14 can do either or. I know with Verizon, what I currently have, you have to go to the next step, AM5 to AM5 boards. With Intel 12, 13, 14 gen, I do believe, and quote me if I'm wrong down below, guys, uh, you can go DDR4, DDR5 just like that without even having to take out the processor. You just take out the RAM and it may boot up your BIOS and make sure it takes or whatever. But with AM, but with the Verizon, for some reason, this is really makes me mad. They didn't figure this out that they could have made it where the boards can do DDR4 and AM4, AM5 because AM5 is totally different sockets. So for me, I'm kind of pigeonholed where I'm at, but I love where I'm at. For Intel guys who are going to go, if you can buy Intel to get DDR4, DDR5, or DDR5 in the future, you can always switch over to DDR5. You just got to probably change out the RAM and maybe check the BIOS or whatever, update it, whatever, to make sure it takes. But that's all you really gotta do if you go Intel 1200, I think higher, 12th gen and higher. Anything less may not be, I don't know for sure. Now, if it says 10th gen can go DDR5, is cool, but I think 12 and up are usually what the ceiling is. Now, quote me if I'm wrong down below, guys. I appreciate you guys do that because it makes me learn more too. But I know Intel boards are dual. A lot of them are dual. They can do DDR4, not all of them, but a few, and they're probably being sold pretty quickly because I would probably get on that too as well. Because once those boards sell out, you may not be able you be on a wait list for a while, or driving around Micro Centers or Best Buys. If you have a Best Buy, Micro Center, you might get a better deal. Yeah, yeah, DDR4 is still good right now. Yeah, Fish, it's still good right now. It's great right now actually. But I'm saying in the future, I'm saying if you're brand new to the game, I mean, if you're brand new to PC building, and you want to know you want to just go to AM4, I said no, go. I always tell people go to Intel and and get a DDR4 DDR5 compatible motherboard. That way you can switch over to DDR5 when it does come available again. Because if you go to DDR4, if you go to AM4 and Ryzen like I have, you're pigeonhole yourself. But you have to upgrade everything anyway. So you want to do everything in one shot, and once you get to that place where you can buy DDR5 without having to sell a kidney or draw blood or give blood or go to the bank and get a loan, you can just do it without the minimum of burning your wallet. Because it's gonna cost money. I went to Best Buy a couple weeks. I haven't been in Best Buy in weeks since I saw this. But one I saw in there, I saw a 1 pack of RAM had 2 sticks in it. I think it was 32 or 64 the DDR5, $900. Benjamin's Pro. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, son of a biscuit eater. I'm not gonna buy it. Who buys that crap? One guy was looking at it. Dude, that's a lot of money. Now I spent $525 on a graphics card. I spent the money, get a car fixed. But I never stood at a Best Buy staring at a little glass plate, 2 RAM sticks for $900. I just did. Like, you know what? Bucket list marked off. I'm gonna mark that off bucket list and find the most obvious thing to look at. $900, man. A lot of money you can do a lot of $900 technically. You can go out, you can go to casino, take a little trip with friends. Not 900 bucks, but you can go out and do stuff for $900. Man, man, if you got the money, save up for it, great. That's your business. I know you do you kind of thing, but man, mm, $900, a lot of damn money. But that's where we're at, guys. So we're at in RAM issues right now. Now, and I tagged these guys in. Shout out to Gamers Nexus, Hardware Unboxing, Paul's Hardware, J2 Cents, Iceberg Tech, and the Actman. Um, yeah, yeah, Boxing. Your 64 gigabyte DDR4 is probably over. He's probably $200. And 420, yeah, I think that's a good thing. 2070 is okay. But this 9060 is good. XT. I have a 50. I had a 3070 and I upgraded to a 5060 Ti 16 gig. Like, oh, people say, oh, that's a downgrade. Not really. Not when I'm playing game on 3070, on high settings. I'm getting like 75, 80 frames. On a 165 hertz monitor that's 1440p. That's 34 by 40. On my 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte, I'm getting over 120 to 145 frames, depending on if I play settings or not. And that's playing Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty, Black Ops 7 that I play a little bit. It's fun. Just I play because whatever. The Game Pass. I got Game Pass anyway. Whatever. I play other games too. Cyberpunk looks good on it, but I can get some good frame rates out of it. So 968 is not bad. 960 is really good. It's probably like 300-400 bucks now, but man, you guys strike soon. Now, if you can go to Newegg, um, they wanted to buy off my my 3070 for 190 bucks. I got my brother-in-law sister to give me about 240 for my 3070. They paid. I got 240 from them because they wanted to do a build for my brother-in-law's niece who got a new a new Razer mouse for Christmas, and she's getting my old 3070. She plays games, so she plays 1080p, so she can be good 1080p. I still think 1080p gaming should be more than just 8 gigabytes. Uh, yeah, I would probably get nice to 60 XT. Uh, I'll do one live air right now. I'll do one live on the air right now. Let's see what we have. Um, I'm live right now on the air. Let's see what we have right now here. Um, um, let's see what we have right now. 960 XT. 16 gigabyte going for 399. There's one of them. Gigabyte 399. 449 for the XFX Swift. White one, overclocked one. The first one not overclocked. Oh, it is overclocked. The second one is a little more expensive. Smaller ones they're 16 gigabytes, so they're not too bad. It's DDR6, but it's whatever. But a new egg is the Reaper power color. Mm. Well, Reaper ain't too bad. No, not at all. But yes, and if you can't get that one or you want to get something different, I would probably go with the Gigabyte Gaming Radeon RX. It's 16 gigabyte. It's gigabyte. I mean, it probably has the same. I heard issues with Gigabyte. I have a Gigabyte one myself. I bought it. Says, well, the seeping, the glue seeps through the graphics card. I've had it for a month. Nothing wrong with my graphics card. And if it smells like glue, it sure hell is not. It's sure hell fooling me because the thing runs like a damn beast. I think it's smaller than my 3070. It's longer than my 3070, but not as thick. It's actually shorter and long. But it's good though. I love it to death. But 960 XT is not bad. Comparison, they trade blows to each other. The 5060 does a little better than 9060, but when some games that require that have a different rasterization, the 9060 does better. Ray tracing are G-force all the way, but the 9060 ain't bad either. But then again, Spider-Man 2 is not optimized. Spider-Man 1 is. Dual fan, yeah, yeah. Your dual fans are good. I mean, dual fan. I have a three fan because I had three fans anyway. But I would probably, like I said, go when if you're stuck on the 9060, it's not a bad card. A friend of mine recently got a 9070. Well, my brother-in-law did 970 XT. Cost him about 750 or 800 bucks. And I would have pulled trigger on 5070 Ti. 16 gig was like 850. 5070 is okay, but 12 gigabyte VRAM to me just didn't seem very appealing. Yes, memory bus is bigger, but the VRAM is smaller. And granted, it's more faster than my 5060, but once again, there's that VRAM issue. 60 gigabyte cards are becoming a norm, and they're also going to be posting pausing production of 5060 and 5070 here in the next few weeks or few months. They know they haven't done it already. So, and maybe even a 9060 too as well. So you might want to pull trigger on that eventually. Not saying buy it right now, but I'm saying just keep your eyes peeled and keep your eyes open, your ears peeled. If you hear any weird rumbling about, oh my god, 960 XT is going to be pause production or increase prices, you might want to go ahead and pull the trigger on that and get that at least get it ordered so you get the price locked in you want. Because it's going to get expensive, guys. These graphics cards are going to go up because when the van when the RAM if on the VRAM is being when cards are being shipped out to a NVIDIA third party people, you know, developers who are making the card like ASRock or whatever Gigabyte, and they have no VRAM in them, the RAM issues are a lot more worse than what people are thinking. So I would probably, just keep my eyes out and just really think about it. Because it took me about 2 years to get my 3070 sold, or upgrade my 3070 because I was waiting for a good deal. But 5070s were not going to come down anytime soon. 60, 16 gig. When I saw that, I'm gonna buy one of those, and I have not regretted it at all. It runs great. It does good. Now I have another friend who's looking to buy a 9060 XT. He has Radeon all the time for him. So, I wish you luck 420 on your purchase there. I hope you get it quickly. Because after 2025, after this fiscal year ends in February 1st, prices will probably go up, guys. Because like I said before, beginning with GameStop fiscal year, all fiscal year end on January 31st, and February 1st is day one of fiscal year 2026. The next year, 2026, won't end until January 31st. So it's probably why we haven't seen, oh my God, increase January 1st. And I was wrong on that one. I should have remembered because businesses do a four quarters every year. It's like, there's winter, there's spring, there's summer, fall. Black Friday usually falls under the fall going to winter. It's usually like when a lot of companies can hopefully hunker down and get enough money from Black Friday sales, hunker down and pay off all their debts for the year, and end fiscal year 4 in the red, but in the black. Then next year reset and do it all over again. So that's really what it is. I mean, it's resetting of the books, what they call it. It's just checking the books, resetting them, and but that's why a lot of people are saying, myself included, graphics cards are going to go up. But we didn't know. We forgot. Myself, Iceberg Tech, Paul's Hardware forgot that fiscal year ends January 31st. New one begins February 1st. So guys, this is my video. Thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you guys for thank you guys for all the comments here. It's been awesome. You guys rock. All you guys rock a lot. Um, Hopefully, 420. You do you get your research and get your. Uh, yeah, I've used my 3070 on a 1440p monitor. It's why I was getting less frame rates. 1440p monitor I have right now, the 34 by 40 165 hertz works great with the graphics card. But I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. I'm probably gonna listen to music and take a nap. I might play some Battlefield earlier, but yeah, hit me up again later on. Yeah, you guys boxing. You have my gamer tag on Steam. Um, I play Battlefield a lot, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. God bless you guys. Be safe out there. Peace.